Identifying grasses. It's like reading words. Attention to detail is important. Think of the words rogue or rouge. One letter in a different place, a big difference in meaning. In the paddock, we often look at the general shape. Unfortunately, this often won't do the trick to identifying a grass. So many grasses look the same. We need to look at a few details. Not complicated. The challenge with grass is that some of the key details are small, pesty little things. If the parts were bigger, we'd see them easily. So a little patience of looking at some small distinct parts will make a big difference. We're going to look at the building blocks, the elements that make up a grass. That means knowing spikelet, florets, glooms, lemma, pallia, panicle. For grasses, if you know the baker's dozen, 13 or so grass terms, the grass alphabet, you're well on the way. Common garden grass identification books refer to these technical terms: lemma, pallia, glooms, floret, etc. So that's the vocabulary. Let's go to the building blocks of grass. I like to go right to the heart of the grass and work outwards. It stops me being caught out thinking I have the seed-bearing lemma when I only have the cradling, flower-protecting glooms. So let's go to the elements. The seed. The seed of grass, like so many seeds, often has some appendages. In the cases of grasses, it's the husks. The technical term for the attachment is the lemma. Often joined to the lemma are awns, a very useful identification feature. We'll come back to that in a moment. The seed, which was originally the core of the flower, the reproductive part, is protected on the other side by the pallia, Latin word for chaff. All these elements we've just seen make up the flower of the grass, and in grass terminology it's called the floret, coming from the Latin flore, or in other words the small flower, which is made up of the lemma, the pallia and the seed. Cradling one floret or many florets are the glooms, a Latin word for husk. The number of florets hurled by the glooms is a key identifying feature of grass, so being able to count those is important. The glooms cradling the little flowers or florets is a very consistent feature of the grass family. There are a few variations. Some grasses have forgotten to have two glooms, and others have glooms so small they don't seem to really do much to protect the small flowers. That's just the variations in nature. The glooms, with all its florets, be it one or a dozen, is the spikelet, the little seed head. Back to the awn, that most useful identification feature. An awn is a slender, elongated and sometimes branched spiky bit, and it can be attached in different places on the spikelet. The glooms, or it can be on the pallia, or it can be on the lemma. They may be attached to the tip or at the base. So where the awn is attached is a very useful identification feature. The main function of the awn is to enhance germination of the grass seed. Some awns are spirally twisted, and in response to changes in moisture or humidity, many of these twist and straighten, effectively drilling the attached lemma and its seed into the soil surface. Thermida triandra or kangaroo grass and the common spear grass around here are examples of that. The awns with their attached seeds get into your socks. So they're transported to new fields, perhaps your neighbours. That is their role, to disperse the grass. In those few small parts, you've got to know a lot about grasses. We're on our way. We have some letters. We might be able to read some words, identify some grasses. But first, it's handy to know a few more elements of the way grasses grow and are described.